If it doesn't like that an animal is having some sort of rampant disease-riddled breakdown, it ain't deathcore. But this right here, this is fucking deathcore. Welcome to Run Does Music, where today my boy Eduardo, who you can follow over at this link right here, Avenging Marlene 4 on Twitch, go show him some love, has given me a review request. This is actually, I was supposed to get this done back in July, let's not talk about that. But he wanted me to check out the album God Hand by Brand of Sacrifice. When it comes to the genre of deathcore, a few names always pop up. Nowadays there's Lorna Shore in the mix, but the overall big four I usually see is regarded as Suicide Silence, Black Dahlia Murder, Whitechapel, and Chelsea Grin. If you were to make that group of bands a big five, there's no doubt that a band like Brand of Sacrifice is waiting and ready to be inducted. These guys are one of the best modern examples of how to make the music brutal, consistent, and individual from their peers, such as fellow innovators nowadays, If We're on Autopsy, and a newer example with Worm Shepherd. So with that hopefully hype intro done, it was kind of short, but fuck you, let's get into the review. Something that caught my ear immediately was the neat, quick little flourishes used on songs like Fortress, quick little guitar added in to give the instrumental sections flair and substance. The vocals, even at the best of times, are usually stuck in a bit of a familiar formula to keep it within genre norms, so to have little touches like that along with the big moments still to come helps things along really well. God Hand feels like one constant big moment though, for better and for worse, largely in the former though. This opens the door for some songs with drastically different feelings to stand out more, but also leads to songs with similar structures to feel like they're stuck in a shuffle. I think out of the first 5 songs, there's a sort of samey vibe that prevails in all of them except for the Branded, with not only the unique mini flares with some almost tech sounding guitar influence, but drums that feel like they're at their best on the entire album. The point of this section of the review is to say that when things are different, it's not a quick, oh, that's neat, that's done now thing. It's very noticeable and enjoyable and sticks with you because you're like, oh wow, that was fresh, that was neat, that was sick, let's go back to it. I will say though, in music like this, I'm used to long experiences and songs that rely on the lyrical storytelling to warrant a larger length, but I was surprised to see a song as short as Claw Marks was on this album. It's in and out and follows the album's typical themes in quick and easy to understand fashion. This album, and later album Lifeblood actually, seem to draw inspiration from the manga Berserk, constantly talking about in-universe events such as fighting demons, fighting for glory, and just fucking fighting. Something that initially irked me about this album, but then made sense with that knowledge in mind, was the addition of the instrumental tracks, these being Hill of Swords and After Image. While I initially had the knee-jerk reaction of, god damn it, album filler, I realized this was done in order to set the mood even more so than it would have been done on a normal album. God Hand is as much a cinematic, unofficial companion piece to the manga as it is an individual album. Tracks such as those two serve to separate from the constant battling, blood, and demolition, and allow the listener to delve further into the headspace that the band is trying to put you into. Speaking of inspiration and songs meant to be additional content in a way to the aforementioned manga, I feel like the song The Branded holds the closest sense of familiarity on the album. The song feels like Guts himself speaking, screaming out into the battlefield as he faces literal and personal demons, just trying to make sense of the desolation around him in a way that only he can by contributing more chaos and ravaging, just as the band does. I found this to be the most guttural performance on the LP from vocalist Kyle Anderson as well. He's been putting work in the entire time, but it's at this point in this song that I started to sit back and truly believe he was the Black Swordsman himself, taking me fully and firmly into the mental idea that this is a story being told and not just music being played. I feel like the genre of deathcore is one of the best examples of slow but worthwhile evolution. Bands like Suicide Silence experience change, then double back onto what got them where they were. Black Dahlia Murder has remained consistent with shifts in their lyrical formula, and then there's bands like Slaughter to Prevail and Lorna Shore that rely on the ever-changing elements and genre-adjacent influence things such as metalcore or hardcore to keep things fresh. Bands like Brand of Sacrifice are another unique entry into the scene where they're focused on being an entity with loaded power rather than just another animalistic voice serving them well. This is one of the quicker reviews. A few of these reviews where you see me wearing the same damn thing are a little quicker, but I think I'm getting the point across here. And the point here is that for these reasons, the reasons I've talked about so far, God Hand by Brand of Sacrifice gets an 8.1 out of 10. And that's the review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Who's your big four of deathcore? Because I feel like this is one of those genres that can really change from person to person. I pretty much laid out my big four earlier in the video, so tell me about yours. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're staying hydrated. I hope to see you next time. Have a great day.